After the age of 60, there is a phenomenon that almost no one can explain clearly to you. It is the feeling that your legs suddenly become weaker. Your steps are no longer steady, or simply when you wake up in the morning, you feel like your body has lost some of its strength. Many people accept it as an inevitable part of aging. But the truth is, you don't get weaker because you get older. You get weaker because your body has lost its ability to restore muscle. And the most regrettable thing, no one warned you about this sooner. Behind the muscle loss after the age of 60 is a health crisis that most older people are unaware of. This is not a problem of lack of exercise or lack of protein as many people think. It is a degeneration at the cellular level, where the body stops sending signals to regenerate new muscle. And while supplement companies are racing to promote whey protein muscle-building powders and anti-aging pills, something strange is being overlooked. There are some very ordinary familiar vegetables that contain phytochemicals that can reawaken your dormant muscle repair system. Some of these natural compounds have been compared to drugs, and even more effective in tests when used correctly. So, in this video, we'll show you 5 vegetables that can naturally rebuild muscle, ranked from least potent to extremely potent. And in particular, vegetable number 2 has been shown to repair muscle fibers in older adults in just 10 days, but only if you prepare it correctly. Otherwise, the benefits outweigh the harm. This is not a random list. Each vegetable comes with specific scientific evidence, and you'll see that clearly in the description below the video. Before we get started, tell us where you're watching this video from. What signals is your body sending you? Leave a comment. You're not alone in this journey. Now let's start with number 5, the often overlooked vegetable that could be the key to reawakening the power in your legs. Number 5 is beetroot. There are mornings when you wake up and feel like your legs are no longer yours. They are slow cold and have lost the firmness they once had. But few people know that the cause is not your legs. It is the lack of blood circulation to nourish them. Mrs. Han, 72, used to be afraid to step into the kitchen every morning. Her legs trembled as if they were no longer obeying her commands. A near fall almost made her lose all her confidence. The doctor said it was a sign of aging and that she only needed physical therapy. But after months of not seeing any improvement, her daughter, a nurse, suggested trying a raw beetroot smoothie mixed with oranges and apples. She was hesitant at first, but then she tried it. After just a week, her legs were warm again. 2 weeks later, she was climbing stairs without a handrail. Science has an explanation for this. Beets contain very high levels of natural nitrates. When entering the body, nitrates are converted to nitric oxide, a substance that dilates blood vessels, delivering oxygen and nutrients to the muscles at the right time and place. A 2018 study published in the Journals of Gerontology found that older adults who drank beetroot juice before walking increased the amount of oxygen circulating in their muscles by 38%, helping them walk more steadily, last longer, and recover faster. However, if cooked incorrectly, beets can lose up to 60% of their valuable nitrates. Avoid overboiling or over-roasting. The best way to do this is to lightly steam them, grate them raw in salads, or juice them with fruit. Beetroot powder or cold-pressed juice also works as long as there is no added sugar. Just such a small change, but it can help you regain the feeling of initiative in your own legs, something that seems to have gone away over the years. Number 4 is sweet potato. There are days when you feel like you're running out of juice even when you haven't done much. A few steps makes your legs tired, and standing for a while makes your legs shake. Your body isn't getting weaker because you're getting older, it's running out of fuel to keep you going. Kane, 69, used to running, climbing, and carrying heavy loads as a firefighter. But after just a few years of retirement, his legs started to betray him. Every time he went to the supermarket, he had to find a place to sit after just a few minutes. His doctor diagnosed him with prediabetes and advised him to eat healthier. But it wasn't medication or a complicated menu that made the difference. It was a baked sweet potato every lunch. After 2 weeks, he felt less tired after meals. A month later, he started helping his neighbors tend their garden again. This works because sweet potatoes contain complex carbohydrates, a sustainable source of energy that helps replenish muscle glycogen stores. After age 60, the body's ability to store glycogen declines, making it easier for the body to run out of fuel, even with very light exercise. In addition, sweet potatoes are rich in beta-carotene, potassium, and antioxidants, all of which support muscle recovery and soothe chronic inflammation. A 2020 study published in Nutrients found that older adults who ate antioxidant-rich tubers like sweet potatoes significantly improved muscle protein synthesis and reduced muscle cell damage by up to 29% in just 6 weeks. Not only that, sweet potatoes also help stabilize insulin, not only control blood sugar but also act as a key to bring amino acids to nourish muscles. If lacking muscles will atrophy even if you eat enough protein. It is best to eat sweet potatoes baked or steamed with the skin to retain their full value. Avoid eating them with butter, sugar, or sweets. Just one medium-sized sweet potato for lunch or dinner is enough to prevent energy drops and support the body's recovery at night. When you feel like your body isn't as resilient as it once was, maybe what you need isn't more effort, it's proper fueling, and sweet potatoes are a simple, hearty, and effective place to start. Number 3 is spinach. Many people know spinach because it is good for the eyes and supplements iron. But few people expect that this seemingly simple vegetable contains a biological key, helping the body to turn on the muscle recovery process that has been dormant for years. Asher, 74 years old, used to be very independent. Every morning she went to the market, carried groceries, and cooked for the whole family. But after just a mild illness, she felt her hands were weak, as if they were no longer connected to the rest of her body. And then she was suggested to try something simple: eat spinach every day. She started blending raw vegetables, stir-frying them lightly, or making soup. After just 10 days, she felt her biceps regain strength, and she could carry groceries to the market like before, without having to stop halfway like before. Spinach is so effective because spinach is not only rich in iron or vitamins as many people think. It also contains rare plant compounds, called phytosteroids, especially 20-hydroxyecdisone. This compound can activate mTOR, an important biological pathway that helps the body rebuild muscle even without strenuous exercise. A study published in the Archives of Toxicology showed that people who supplemented this compound daily increased their lean muscle mass by more than 10% after just 10 days without changing their exercise regimen. For the elderly, this is a big difference between needing a cane or being able to walk on their own. Not only that, spinach also contains magnesium to help reduce muscle spasms, vitamin K to increase the elasticity of connective tissue, and mild nitrate to help increase blood circulation. The best way to eat spinach is to eat it raw, blend it lightly, steam it, or quickly stir-fry it with olive oil and garlic. Avoid boiling it too much because it will lose a lot of its nutrients. Adding a few drops of lemon or vinegar when cooking will help with better absorption. If you feel like your body is gradually withdrawing from the things you used to do easily, spinach can be your silent companion, gently awakening the dormant power in every muscle of your body. Tomorrow, I will share 4 dangerous vegetables to avoid and 4 that are highly recommended for the elderly. Sign up now so you don't miss any other useful information for your body. Number 2 is red cabbage. Red cabbage might seem like just a colorful touch on the dinner plate. But inside those deep purple leaves lies one of nature's most powerful defenses against muscle loss, especially for older adults whose strength is fading, not just from age, but from chronic hidden inflammation. Frank, 67, used to think that feeling stiff and weak in the mornings was just part of getting older. But one day, while gardening with his granddaughter, his hands started trembling just from holding a small trowel. His thighs burned after just a few minutes of bending down. That night, his granddaughter, a nutrition student, suggested he try adding red cabbage to his daily meals. Frank started tossing it into salads, lightly sautéing it with apples, and even adding it to soups. Within 2 weeks, his morning stiffness eased. After 3 weeks, he was back in the garden digging and planting without pain. "I thought I was just aging," he said. "Turns out my muscles were inflamed." The secret lies in anthocyanins, the natural pigments that give red cabbage its deep color. These powerful compounds fight oxidative stress and soothe low-grade inflammation, which silently breaks down muscle tissue over time. In fact, a study published in Frontiers in Nutrition found that older adults who regularly consumed anthocyanin-rich foods saw up to a 40% drop in muscle-damaging inflammation markers and measurable improvements in grip strength and walking speed in just a few weeks. Red cabbage also helps support collagen production, the scaffolding that keeps muscle and joint tissue strong and flexible. Even more, it supports gut health, which plays a surprisingly big role in regulating whole-body inflammation. To get the most benefit, eat red cabbage raw, lightly steamed, or quickly sautéed with a bit of vinegar and olive oil. You don't need much, just half a cup a day can start making a difference. If your body feels stiffer and slower with each passing year, don't just assume it's old age. Sometimes the strength you've lost is simply waiting to return, and red cabbage may help open that door. Number 1 is watercress. Watercress doesn't look like much. It's small, often overlooked, and rarely the star of any meal. But for adults over 60, it may be one of the most powerful foods you can add to your plate, especially if you're trying to restore strength that feels like it's been slipping away for years. Lorraine, 76, was once known for her energy. She walked every morning without stopping. But over time, her legs became heavy, her thighs ached, and her calves were too tight to move freely. She tried stretching protein supplements, even magnesium, but nothing helped. One day, a neighbor suggested watercress. Lorraine didn't expect much, but she started adding a handful to soups, salads, and sandwiches. After a few days, she noticed her calves were less tight. 2 weeks later, she could walk to the market and back without stopping. A month later, her doctor noticed her legs looked firmer. So, what makes watercress so special? This tiny leaf packs over 50 bioactive compounds, including vitamin C, calcium, beta-carotene, and most importantly, glucosinolates. These plant-based compounds can send a signal to aging muscle cells, encouraging them to regenerate instead of break down. In a 2019 study published in Nutrients, seniors who consumed vegetables rich in glucosinolates like watercress showed significant improvements in grip strength, endurance, and inflammatory markers. In fact, inflammation levels dropped by more than 46%, a remarkable change without medication. Watercress also supports mitochondrial health, the part of your cells that produce energy. When mitochondria are damaged, fatigue and muscle loss follow quickly. By supporting them, watercress helps your body produce clean energy more efficiently, making you feel stronger with less effort. To use it properly, eat watercress raw whenever possible. Add it to salads, blend it into smoothies, or sprinkle it on soups just before serving. Its slightly peppery flavor adds a gentle kick, and just one handful a day is enough to make a difference. If you've ever felt like your body is slowly shutting down, like your strength is fading without reason, don't give up. Watercress may be small, but it could be the quiet spark your muscles have been waiting for. Muscle loss after 60 isn't just about looking weak. It's about how you move, how you feel, and how confident you are. And while most people say it's just part of aging, we now know it's not the whole story. With the right foods, simple everyday veggies, your body can start to heal. It can reduce inflammation, rebuild strength, and restore some of what you thought was lost forever. So if this video has opened your eyes to something new, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone you love, someone who deserves to feel strong again. And let us know in the comments. Have you tried any of these veggies? Which ones worked for you? We've read every comment, and your story may help you feel less alone. Tomorrow, I will share 4 dangerous vegetables to avoid and 4 that you should absolutely eat. If you are interested, please register now so you don't miss out. And remember, you are not weak. You just haven't been shown the right tools. And now you have them.